First, we want to thank you for taking the time to improve your skill set. And what we're going to teach you here is how to actually use these skills and styles to close the gap on your opposition, because most people have a lot of trouble closing the gap, getting stuck outside and getting beat up from the outside. And when you can't close the gap, that means you cannot get close enough to let your hands go. Once you take the lessons here, you're going to understand that there are a variation of ways to close the gap, but you have to actually practice this. And one you're going to find in this segment here is we're going to take techniques that we built off of our Peekaboo. And this will help you understand that there are three facets that have to all operate together. First is the mind. Second is the upper torso. So you're going to learn how to move that using the base and getting inside the shots, avoiding hooks and overhands so that you can get to the bread basket. And this lesson will help you have more confidence. Now, you have to remember that you must exercise it enough. So that's one thing that we hang our hat on. We make sure that you understand how long you have to do these drills before you're comfortable inside of the ring. So we're going to start off using the head slip ball. And that slip ball is going to give you just the necessary navigation that you're going to need to get to that guy and get used to developing the trunk so that you can make these moves. And we don't have to look like Mike Tyson, but we do have to look like you. So take these drills that are going to show you exactly how to close the gap using your upper torso and knowing exactly how to fixate your eyes on the opposition. There's a bevy of drills that we're going to give you guys, and this is our gift to you, because one thing's for sure, the more you know and understand how to do it, the more likely you are to actually become a real student of the game and execute the sport of boxing like it should be. So take this first segment, dive in, digest it, and then we're going to skip directly into another section of closing the gap. Work time. The first phases of getting away from a punch is creating an illusion. The first illusion, this bag, the ball, we call it, slip ball. Whenever you're throwing, whenever it's coming at you, your objective is to get used to eluding punches. The difference with the peekaboo style is whenever you're doing it, you have to have such conditioning because it takes so many body mechanics at one time, explosive movements. So this ball will help you get used to doing it. So some of the drills that we do is breaking, popping, stepping off, head pops, mastering the side side, the slip ball. So you see my feet, they go left side to right, boom, and the torso. It goes around and round. And if you can tell, I'm constantly looking at the ball. Pop, pop. Now that's a side to side movement. You're peeping on here, moving here. Each look, your head should be outlined outside of the shoulder. So just say, for instance, the seam of his shoulder, if he got a shirt, seam is right here. You want to peep right out there because then you're outside of his power. So that's where the peekaboo style out. It was boom, 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 boom. Now that is going lateral. Now you're going to create an angle with your peep. So when you go to the angle, you go there, and there, here. As you can see, there's a slight of my feet now. Boom. Not only am I going outside of the shoulder, but now I'm going off to an angle where I can deliver a shot. Pop, pop, to the body. And once again, keeping my eye on the opponent. A lot of guys, they blind themselves and they do not keep their eyes on their opponent. You have to train yourself with a high guard. You have to train yourself to look directly into the opponent's face so you can see exactly where he's looking. Pop. And that's the second drill. slip ball brings you a lot of different elements that you're going to have to use inside of the ring, because you don't want the hooks to lay. So when that ball's coming, you envision that as a hook. And get used to swimming, using that torso. And that's how you start it. Everything doesn't have to be fast when you're learning. So go up under here. Each one of these drills should last approximately 2 minutes, allowing your body to get adapted through the movement. So remember, tier 1 in 2 minutes. Here, here, here. Keep your eyes on that ball. Every once in a while, you'll find yourself losing concentration. You're taking your eyes off. Don't worry. It takes reps to do that. I've done it several times just during this segment. But the objective is to condition yourself to not take your eyes off the ball. So keep it. And if you look at Mike Tyson's fights, you'll notice that he's always looking into the face of that person that he's about to break down. So bang. And the more you're focused on keeping your eyes on the prize, the more effective your peekaboo style will be. Next, we're going to do some shadow box drills that'll help you become a master at developing the peekaboo style, and also some conditioning tips. Now, that set of drills right there should have you more confident in knowing that this is a way that I can actually get in, and it adds a little spice to what I'm doing. Now, this next set of drills is all about lower body, feet, legs, understanding how to pressure the fighter with the legs. And now what I found that a lot of people don't really focus on is the mannerism in which the legs must move. And see, this is the science behind boxing. There are so many different areas that have to be touched upon. And in our system, the Slick Fighter system, we made sure that we covered everything that you must do. And the mechanics, take a dive into this section and use those mechanics and make sure that you're covering the details, because the devil is in the detail. That's the way you become world class, not just doing enough to get by, but doing more than's required. Take a look. All right, so what we're gonna do, this is the long arm that we're gonna do some drills with, a peekaboo style, trying to learn the methods of rolling under punches and pressing forward. Hot pursuit, as we call it, over here, pushing off with the back leg, extending the pressure, pushing the opponent back, and then attacking them from angles. The body, the head, that's the premise of the peekaboo style. So we're gonna go through a few drills of some of the things that we just went over here under the slip ball, and we're gonna transfer it over to this drill. This will help you in the ring. This is the pressure drill. All right, so what we're gonna do here is show you the drill to get you used to pressing forward. Then back leg, heel, push, 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 and push. And you walk across the floor all over, really assisting. And you'll feel your legs start to tighten, your fibula, the calves. It's just part of the process, conditioning. And tilting the head, look at my waist. I go here, I go here, I go here. But that push, I'm covering, boom, I'm covering 2.5 to 3 feet by pushing, tilt, and remember, like we did on the slip ball, you keep your eyes on the prize. Even when you're going forward, you keep your eyes on that opponent the entire time, because you can see what he's trying to do to you, and you can also attack and prevent him from executing what it is he's trying to do, and you can attack him from that angle. So you walk, push, 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 push. Once you get that rhythm down, your objective then is to speed it up a little bit. So here we go. The George is going to demonstrate this as well from a fighter stand. Here, slipping, and that's pursuit. That's cutting them off. Forward. Chopping them up, doubling up the speed. And as you see, you double the pursuit speed. The pace, it's hard to defend that. You get right to them, chop the ring off, rolling. Now our next drill, we're going to show you how to roll and do it. Now, as you can see in that section, there are a lot of different variations in how to use your lower trunk and the lower body and build that momentum, that speed, that quickness, that confidence, and that assurance. When you're doing it that way, it's going to be a chess game, and then you're going to play checkers. You're going to close the gap and you're going to close the show. These are the real techniques of how you finish guys off. They're not prepared for all of the different ways and approaches. The rest of that series has probably the rest of those drills. There are probably another 75 different training drills that you will do. That'll make you more comprehensive, which will result in you becoming a much more explosive fighter. So if you got matches coming up in the near future, press that link down below. Get started today and keep us posted.
Nice.
And I won't take you to your fight.
School of Boxing.
That's it.